If you need anything,
we got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General, A60 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to Nationals.
I'm around.
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
We locked the
Clear. I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.
Yo.
What up, my boy? Yo, you got to share it to your Facebook page so I can do the
I know,
show.
because it's only on YouTube right now.
Yeah, I know. So bear with us, please. First show
Ain't
back.
on. Oh, it's 3 people on. Hold on. We a little late.
First show back after the new year. We got to get our shit together.
We're a little late, but we here now. We're a little late, but we here now. I just posted it to the National Pop Warner page, ours, and my personal Facebook page. It's your boy PH Tito. New year, great freaking topics tonight.
What's going on,
it's gonna
baby?
be a fun-filled night.
What's going on?
To allow a staff to move up.
Hold on, we're gonna have to redo the drop. Hold on. I mean, not the intro, but we got to do our intro.
No. We're gonna wait. We gotta wait.
Let me do the shares. Yeah, let me do the shares.
So listen, it didn't automatically post to my Jesus Christ, bro. This is not. It didn't automatically post to my Listen, man, we're a little rusty, bro. We back. I know it's a new year. Y'all think we got it together, but we back. We like every other podcaster. We make mistakes. It's live. We off the cuff. It's gonna go down however it go down. But we here, We doing it up. And we gonna make it happen, Captain.
Always, cuz.
Bro, I had a day, man.
You had a day. I had a day.
Your boy woke up to take a shower, get ready for work. I'm like, yo, my water pressure low. Sitting there for a while, nothing. Oh, I go drop off the kids, come back. I'm like, yo, something ain't right. Came down. I said, wait a minute, the water meter's going off. Now I know I got a water leak. Had to go down to the bottom basement, bust the walls open. I look outside. I'm noticing that the snow is melting. Man, your boy, hot water pouring out my house. That was at 9 a.m. I just took a shower at 8 o'clock at night and finished the plumbing issue. Ripped open the walls. I did all type of stuff. I got cuts all on my hand. I was posting I need a plumber. Everything was it's been all crazy, all over the place. But anyway, it's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140. It's 2026, and I'm here with my co-host. Let's get it popping.
It's your boy Coach Career, the General, A60 Army, Bell City Broncos.
And you know how we doing it. We doing it better. We doing it bigger. We got some new information. We gonna pop out like we always do, but we got a lot of things going on. Before we start, we want to give a disclaimer regarding the pages that we run. We want running the Pop Warner pages, and we run New England Youth Football. Tito, I'll let you go and give the disclaimer. Then let's get started.
Well, yeah, no, most definitely. Obviously, we know everybody's on multiple forums, and forums could get drowned out with ads and flyers and all of that. Obviously, as you know, we are a youth football forum, so we cater to youth football specific topics. Also, we are a forum that's trying to build a network to connect coaches and administrators and facilitate healthy conversations about our space. Over the last couple months, we've noticed the influx of, we are not the ad center. We are not here to promote your brand. We are not here to promote things that aren't relative to what me and Mr. Brian got going on. Obviously, we got our hands in a lot of different fires with the forum, with the podcast, with the All-Star game. We are here to brand our brands. So moving forward, if it's not pertaining our forum, our podcast, or our All-Star game, we won't be running ads anymore.
But we'll run anything about youth that you got, anything, your discussions, any of that. You got a highlight film of a kid, cool. You want to highlight a kid? We for all the kids, but we can't run everybody's ad looking to make money off of the community. That's not what we want to become. All these other forms get boring because of that. Y'all know, y'all go these forums, y'all look, is the advertisement for this trainer, that trainer, this trainer, that trainer, this video. Look, and if you're gonna post a video, cool. Don't post 10 videos a day. We want to keep the forum electrifying, right? And this is the feedback from y'all in our inboxes saying, yo, bro, don't become like these other forums. You guys got a good thing. Y'all actually spark conversation. Anyway, Tito, what's our first topic, brother? Let's move on.
Let me get to it. Obviously, we just had our workout. We had 100 kids, by the way, bro.
Congratulations, Bell City Broncos.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. I'm not ready
because usually I have the list, but he didn't send me the list, so I can't.
I sent you the list. You sent me saying I did it wrong.
You didn't.
All right. We talked about the disclaimer too. Pop Warner date change. The 7-14.
Pop Warner is now 7-14 age group. People was going crazy over this, Tito, and I don't understand because it probably don't affect many children. With Pop Warner going 7-14, I mean, you're talking.
It affects the July. It affects the July babies.
Not the July babies, kids within a 13-day range. 13, like that's how many? I looked at our roster, Tito. I had one.
Well, I know one for sure. Yeah, one for sure. Yeah, one for sure.
I had one. I looked. I mean, maybe I missed one, but I looked at a roster of 8 football teams in a program, and I had one. To me, it really ain't that big of a deal. I know our next topic is to talk about AYF changing theirs to 7-1. We should discuss that. And intertwine them. I don't understand the discussion at all, Tito, on how it means anything for the South versus the North. You can't beat them right now. You're not going to be able to beat them no matter what the damn it is. There is no 30-day kid that would have put any New England team over the edge in a championship over in AYF. So I did not understand that discussion. I saw some of it online. I didn't understand the discussion. I do not understand how that matter. I guess if you have a bunch of kids that was born 7, 14, 15, 11 on your team, then maybe if you keep a whole group that played 12U back to 12U, then you may have a shot at being a little bit more competitive. But in the grand scheme of things, of championships, I don't see it.
I truly just don't understand what's the business logic in both scenarios. But I understand you guys moved Pop Warner. They basically just moved it to the practice date. So that I kind of understand. And I believe AYF moved their date to 7-1. So they went with their date. I just don't understand what's the logic by getting away from the 7-31 or even 8-1.
You know what it is. Indiana University, let kids play older. Everybody complained about older lighters back in the day. I remember all the AYF hating older lighters. Now you got older heaviers. I have to be older and heavier. What's the problem? I don't understand the purpose. I think they both should have stayed at 7-31. I think that's good enough. Like I think 14U is a foregone conclusion with 7-1.
Yeah, not just done. I think they just, if anything, my first opinion to you, I've told you, is they just killed. I believe that both these changes hurts 13U now.
Hey, Joel, I don't believe it's about AYF and Pop Warner. I don't believe that at all. I never said that. I'm just discussing both. However, bro, I don't believe Pop Warner and AYF is competing with private equity leagues, because the truth of the matter is why local leagues are winning, because they stay consistent and didn't have to change none of their rules based on none of the crap that's going on nationally. And I'll give you an example, Joel, what I'm talking about. Those that were grade-based leagues remain grade-based and remain effective. They didn't change because Pop Warner went odd levels and AYF went age-based, but they don't care. When you're independent private equity league, you're doing what's best for those communities, for you, and that's it. You don't have to think nationally, right? And so when we talk about even, Tito, when we're talking about private leagues, I will put to you, and I told you this, the biggest mistake, in my opinion, that Pop Warner made was going every year because AYF was every year. Pop Warner had it correct, and a local league would have kept that going, Tito, which most local leagues
look for instance, look at Southern Connecticut, Southern New England, that conference out there.
New London area, New London is now part of it.
Has a full schedule. It looks like at all levels, it's at least 10 to 12 teams in every age group. I believe it's only 3 or 4 age groups, and they seem to have proper scheduling and fair play.
Listen,
fair play. The same thing with Shoreline. Shoreline doesn't have those issues. Bay State don't have those issues, right? We looked at some of this stuff.
Yes, we looked at it. Listen, only in the National League structure in New England,
we have the holes in the schedule.
New leagues getting formed. New teams are moving. These teams joining this league. You don't see the local leagues doing this. Shoreline has been Shoreline forever, Tito. 1 or 2 teams leave. They get 1 or 2 teams. That's as much movement as you see. Fairfield County is Fairfield County, Tito. You don't see a new league. You don't see Fairfield County joining with this league. Consistency matters because you remain consistent in your beliefs. You cannot be fluid in your beliefs, I believe, even at a national level. Now, I do believe you got to stay trendy, but you don't have to remain on the forefront of trendiness in order to remain consistent. Had Pop Warner stayed even and stayed at ESPN, by far be the largest league in the nation.
It would. And
by far be the largest. I can right now instantly make them the largest league in the nation by making those 2 things. We're going to go back even every 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And you know what?
I think either one works. You can go 7, 9.
You'll lose levels, bro. So you gotta you can't take teams that now got 8 levels of football and smush them into 4, but you can go from 8 to 6. That's my point. 6, 8,
right,
10,
you're
12,
saying go 6, 8, 10, 12, 13.
You go 8 to 5.
6, 8, 10.
I will keep 14, and let me tell you why. Everybody won't be good every year. So what? So what? Tito won a chip at 8U, and he want to win at 9U. No. Tito, go coach them damn kids up at 9 and lose. Or get to the championship and make it. I had a 7U, 8U team that made it to national, so it's not like you can't win with the younger kids. You got to coach, though. Now, we have bought into the fact that I can coach in my entire youth career, 8 years total, Tito. And if I get the right team at the right time, I will say I'm better than Tito, who have a 31-year career and have multiple championships, because Tito, I coached the same team for 8 years. Every year I won with those kids, and when it was over, I left and I never came back. So I'm Michael Jordan. I'm 8-0 in the region. I never lost a game in the region in 8 years.
We've seen
we've 30-year career and coach multiple kids. Go.
We've seen those instances where once those kids leave and those coaches try to recircle back, they don't get through a season because they don't know how to develop talent. They don't know how to develop kids that need to get there. Right. There's a specific example I always give you of a person we know that did that and thought he was God's gift to coaching. As soon as that, by 12, and this happens all the time, 12 is the ultimate equalizer. You could win 8, 9, 10, 11. You won't win 12 because that's where shit catches up. And then when that happens, your team breaks up at 12. You don't have them at 13. We've seen these coaches circle down, take a new group, won't even get through a season, won't show up to games because they can't beat nobody. Like, it's the biggest lie in youth football is the rotation. Especially if you got a good team. If you got a great core of kids, it doesn't take much to push those buttons. Like we've seen it 1,000 times.
Not I'm gonna say this, not in New England. Mainly because we do, yes, the FNEC, Christian Santos, that's the That's the way Tito was talking about. It don't take much. This is going to affect some feathers in New England, but I'm on some 2026. I don't really care. I'm not engaging in conversations with a lot of you guys. But I am going to speak my truth, and I'm going to tell y'all right now. It's not hard in New England to get the best team and remain the best team the entirety of those kids' career.
Right.
We see it with so many teams. We saw it with West Row. West Row probably had the greatest youth football run that I've seen. And here's why. Before everybody, I'm a Hurricane guy. We've had some great teams. We typically don't follow all the way through. Larry Myers probably is the first coach to ever follow a team from a lower level all the way up. And I've never moved nobody for Larry Myers.
Well, tell the truth about that, though. That just so happened. That just so happened
that Osborne went age-based in 2019 when Rick had that team. When they did that, when they went to 9U, it just so happened the nation actually added the following year the odd levels. Now, let me say this. I say they had one of the greatest runs because I think every year they made it the national, Tito. At least three out of those 5 years, they were in the national title game. Right? And so to me, watching them go from 8U to 13U, regional championship the entire, I've never seen that.
We talking about West Row. We talking about West Row.
I'm talking about West Row. Okay. And so to me, they have had the greatest run in youth football in New England that I know. Look, I haven't been around as long. I'm sure, like, if y'all talk to Beef, he had teams that went from Mighty Mites up, maybe, and stuff like that. I haven't been around as long as those brothers, so I'm gonna play my part and speak only what I know of. But in my opinion, they're the greatest one.
Manchester made one of those.
Manchester did not win at 8U. That is not the same thing. They got 2 more years on Manchester. Manchester did 10, 11, 12, 13. Manchester only did 4. So West Row did 8U. Follow me. 8U, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They did 6 years of winning the regional championship. Impeccable. Now, here's my thing. Rick isn't like them, though. And when I say them, I mean the coaches that go off. Rick has coached before them. I've seen Rich. You coached against Rick. We had an 0-8 team. Yeah. But he had fun with it. He was out there popping shit. Remember, we showed up. He rode the basketball across the field to you, Tito. Take this. You was 5-0. He was 0-5. He was still on it. So when you see a brother like that, that's been in the game for 20 years, and then he follow a team, I view that differently as a person that just follows a team and then drop off the face of the earth. Now, nobody has to look for the respect factor. I'm just saying that it's not hard in New England to have the best team at a 9 or 10U and keep the best team. It does get harder as you go up. You do have to coach it as you go up. I'm not saying coaches don't have to coach or none of that, which we're going to get to. Football in New England is not about not in New England. Football is not about development. It's about winning. I'm gonna tackle that because I see a lot of people. I'm like I said, I'm not gonna be responding on social media as much, but I'm gonna explain what I mean because a lot of y'all won't admit it ruffled some feathers, but it definitely sparked a conversation, which is good, which is what I want. That's why the statement was ambiguous on purpose. And the reason I don't want to push back is, and I said this to you, Tito, I want to create psychological safety in our chat spaces. So I don't want to be shooting down anybody's idea. I think it's important to know that what I meant by that, and I kept saying I'll talk about it on the podcast, I'll talk about it. But yeah, again, Tito, I think that I mean, look, what does Santo say? I stay in scenarios because I prefer to prep kids before high school. And that's
seniors. They call their 13U level or 14, their 8th grade level seniors. That's what he means. That he wants to stay
on senior. Oh, okay. I stay on the senior level because
he's basically using my formula as the majority of my career. I've been at 13 or 14. Right. I don't rotate through. I agree, Santos. I prefer the new team every year too. I believe the rotation causes too much comfort with kids, causes too much comfort with parents. Parents get too comfortable. They believe, you become friendly with them and then decisions, the lines get blurred. But that's a conversation for another day. We got to keep the podcast going.
SNEYC had 11 games, 2 playoff games, 1 Super Bowl. Pee Wee, Mike Rose Jr., me personally, I coached AYF and Pop Warner. I like to follow my team all the way.
Hey, that's different strokes for different folks, brother.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I understand why people do it. It's pros and cons to both. But Tito, let's tackle the next subject.
The next subject is the new Pop Warner leagues formed in New England this year. I believe we have.
Skip over that. I want to skip over that, and you and I can talk about that. It is happening, by the way. It is happening. It's not.
There is a new Pop Warner league in New England from a state that has a historic. Did that change? And a bunch of new leagues grew. But I want to tackle the argument of. Okay, let's go there. All right, so just so everybody know, Pop Warner grew, and this was on the Pop Warner forum, so I'm just telling everybody. National Pop Warner forum I'm talking about. Pop Warner did grow in New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. New teams joined. RISMA got bigger. Northeast Mass got bigger. Central got bigger. Central got bigger.
And so the leagues were growing, and so with a new league, I love the fact that I know when I remember coming in, I used to travel way upstate. I think I played, what is their name? In 2012, I played them on my first year, headed down. Anyway, it was cold as hell. We was way up north. It was cold. I forget who it was, but it's just going to be a dope experience to be able to play those teams from way up north again. And to have that level of competition. So I wanted to put it out there. I put it out there on the forum. I did want to put it out there. I just wanted to put it out there, brother. But let me get to the other topic. So I made a statement, Tito, that youth football was not about development. It's about winning. Let me tell everybody what I meant. Here's what I mean, Tito. Now, look, tell me, am I wrong? If any of y'all out there, if you don't believe me, tell me where I'm wrong. Yes, JB, exactly. We're going to get true regional champions, or we're getting closer to them, right? I believe the league is going to be Division 2. So for Division 1, we're still working on it. But listen to what I'm saying when I say youth football is not about development. One, I'm not taking a shot at no coaches. There are a lot of good coaches in youth football that do develop children. There you have it. I've seen it personally done inside my program, and I see coaches outside. I watch coaches during the All-Star game. I'm going to tell you something I haven't told every coach in the All-Star game. I've told some. I've come to have a brand new distantly fond respect for a lot of coaches in the All-Star game. When I'm walking around and I'm hearing what they're saying and I'm recording them and I'm watching the X's and O's and the detail in which they put in their coaching, there are some real good coaches out there. Mike Minetti is one who I it's not that I didn't think he could coach, right? I knew he did high school, but watching him coach and work with the kids and be hands-on and get in the damn three-point stands and be hard on them, but at the same time pump them up, I'm like, wow, I'd love to have him as a coach on my staff. You get to know those type of things. Crazy as Ty Carter is, Ty Carter got a method to his madness when he's coaching. Right? And I watched him. I watched how he called his offense. I watched how he named his plays. And, I respected his craft when I watched it, right? And so youth football, though, is not about development, everybody. Parents, I'm sorry to tell you that. But your kid could be developed. Let me explain what I mean. Tito, what offense do you run?
The Delaware Wing team.
All right. I'm gonna say something, and I hope that this brother don't. I haven't asked him, so I'm not gonna do that. You run a Delaware Wing T, Tito. So guess what, Tito? What if you got the next Tom Brady spread quarterback come out and he's playing for you? What is Tito gonna run on offense?
The Delaware Wing team.
Wait a minute, Tito. This is about development, brother. You have to wait, Tito. You have to put this kid and spread and develop him. Develop his mind, develop his arm game, develop his reading ability. You cannot put him in the wing T. Football's about development, Tito. It's not about Tito winning. Lose the football game, Tito, but please pass the ball 70% of the time because you got the next protege who's working with a trainer and he needs to be coached. Why is this kid, Tito, not playing spread offense and developing? 90% of high school football runs spread, Tito. Why are you under the center, son? Talk to me.
That's what I do, brother. This is what I do.
It's about development.
It is about developing. You're going to develop in the system. There's still.
Why are you in the wing T? It sounds like you want to win football games because we know the wing system is the most successful system in youth football.
Listen,
so why are you running the most successful system?
I'm doing me personally. I'm doing what I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I know. So
let me get this right. Tito is going to coach the Delaware wing T, and within the Delaware wing T, this young man is going to learn football. He's going to learn high school cues. He's going to learn how to read offenses within
ball fake. He's going to learn how to throw. He's going to learn how to see one high or too high coverage and understand how to identify it. If it's one high, this is where you're going with the ball on this play. If it's too high, this is where you're going with the ball on this play. I mean, there's a system of belief, the way I approach it. I don't get caught up in the latest trends. Football, as we know, is trendy now because of social media and because of what we see in college with NIL now and what with the transfer portal. We get a lot of trendy coaches, And at the youth level, even when we were just down in North Carolina, did we see some shotgun? Yes. But for the most part, when shit got sticky, when things got sticky, we saw direct snap. We saw in the center. We saw a lot of power football, even at the highest level of where we're at.
One of the greatest New England coaches that everybody say, and I'm talking about Mr. Tony Hurston. I give him his props, Tito. Right? Okay. Won a national championship in Pop Warner. Now he's over at AYF trying to do it. I had the opportunity to talk with him privately. I'm not going to say what we talked about. I'll give you a snippet. One thing we talked about, I asked him, he was telling me about all the kids that he went on to coach, Tito, that's out doing great things. They went on to college and played college football, D1s, D2s, D3s, and he still remained in touch with them. I respect that because I do that. Like, I talk to my kids, and I'm like, yo, that shit dope. Like, okay, it's a brother that's in the game that's really getting to it. Because, I ain't know him well, but we had a chance to sit down and talk one time. We talked to Disney, but we talked to other occasions. He was telling me that. Tito, what is Tony Hurston known for? It's something you can't stop. I haven't been able to stop.
I mean, he's a direct snap, single wing type coach.
So pause right now. I just told you he went on to coach athletes in Division I, Division II, and Division III. Scholar athletes. 5% of American athletes will ever play college football. You always say
at any level, yeah.
This man,
D3,
those type of players running a system. Clearly, he taught them develop them as football players. But guess what? He knew that nobody, if you can't stop direct snap, then I'm running direct snap. So somebody would have to tell me that football is about development over winning. It's not, because he knew one thing: I win a national title direct snap because nobody has figured out how to stop it. So he had probably a Division I wide receiver direct snap and getting that 8-9 yards, pop, touchdown. Right? Doesn't mean he's not developing them, but he knew the system he had to run in order to win and to beat the hell out of everybody. And so I say that to say, we as youth football coaches, Tito, here's my point. We all have a system, whatever our system is. We all have a system. And what we do, Tito, is we take these kids, put them in our system, and they have to learn football in our system, but we run the systems we run because we want to win. Because Tito and Phil do not believe. I know this for a fact, so I'll say me and you. We do not believe you can go out and do what they're doing at every high school and every college around America, spread out with 4 or 5 wide receivers all day, clap, snap the ball, and be successful at it. Because if we didn't, we'd run. We'd run it all day.
Yeah, we don't do it because that easy. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. Now, we did see a hellified shotgun team that won a national tournament in North Carolina, that Gilbert Broncos team. We saw the Gilbert Broncos teams. The Gilbert Broncos team. Yeah,
Asbury,
but the Gilbert Bronco team was tricky with it. Like he did that dude just had a good quarterback. He had some good kids that could grab it, and they weren't the most impressive. They weren't the most impressive.
In the defense, they played another team that was running spread that was also very impressive.
Right, they were very well. They had to. If you had to do the eye test, you would have thought there was no way they were going to beat the other team if we did the eye test.
I all the props to Gilbert Broncos, but I did NPR, and I'm gonna just say,
well, there was some calls, there was some questionable thing. Listen, you know to win a national champion, and I'm going to tell everybody this: when you get to Florida, I don't care how many how much. I'm sorry, you know what I mean. How much practice, luck plays into this shit. Sometimes the ball got to bounce funny for you, bro. The ball bounces funny for everybody. Sometimes the ball falls in your favor. Sometimes it goes against you. That day, they had luck on their side and won them a national championship. I mean,
a little bit more than luck, but I'm not going to get into the conversations of the head ref. Let's not get into the conversation of the head ref. But so my point wasn't to knock anybody. My point was to say, wasn't that coaches don't develop? And somebody said, yo, what? People kept going, well, what does development mean? Getting kids prepared for the next level of the sport. Now, look, every high school don't run the same system, but a kid should go to high school when they say cover 2, he should at least have an idea what they're talking about. He should say cover 3.
Or middle of the field open.
D lineman is there and he say shade, he should know what they're talking about. Yeah. A DM and the 5 technique or the 6 technique, they should know what they're talking about. Those are the bare minimums. Wide receivers, you should know which foot to put forward, where your hand placement is. You should know to check with the know. Are you on? Are you off? Those type of things are the basics from a kid going from youth football to high school.
For instance, if you're a wide receiver, an electric wide receiver, that guy, if you're running the 9 route, you know you got to cut your split down to buy grass to run the 9. You know you want to run the slant. Open your split so you can buy grass to run the slant. Like those are things that you're hoping that when you sign your kid up to play for teams, those are the things that matter when you're moving up the ladder. You know, knowing if the middle of the field's open and the middle of the field's closed.
In the system, right?
Right.
But because I get the next Tom Brady, I'm not automatically running spread to develop this kid into a spread quarterback. I'm going to develop him within the multiples offense that I run. He will learn some of the same attributes, maybe not all, because if he was in a true spread, he would learn true spread ideology. I'm not a true spread guy.
Again, and I think a lot of people get this confused, and I want to be clear on it. True spread, run and shoot, air raid, they're all systems of beliefs, and they're all different. None of those 3 that I just said are the same. There's absolutes in all 3 of them that are very different. There's a system of belief, like Mike Leach and his air raid. He had 4 pass plays and 2 run plays. This is his whole playbook. 4 pass concept, 2 run plays. Now, from those 4 concepts, it could look like 120 different things, how he would tag it. But it's absolutely a system like the Delaware wing T is, like the single wing is. There's a system of belief, and they're all different. People just think you go 2 by 2, put a quarterback there, it's grip it and rip it. That's not how it works. You're looking for certain things. Certain people, you're going to go where the ball is depending on what the defense is doing. You're going to go with the ball. Like there's a system in place that people oftentimes think just because you put 2 by 2 or 3 by 1 that you're in spread and you're running spread because you're throwing the bubble. No, that's not how the system works. That's not how it works. And I think we often, parents, everybody gets confused because, you looks like you see when you're on TV, but there's no substance to it. There's no substance to it. You get what I'm saying? No substance to it.
And look, I expect youth to dumb it down, right? I don't expect them to run. Let's say they run in the air raid. I don't expect them to run 180 plays, right? But 15 plays. I expect it to be dumbed down and teaching basic concepts. My whole point to it was basically that it's okay as coaches to say we care about winning first, because we all do. We don't want to admit it because it sounds bad, because we don't sound like we want to develop. We all want to develop our youth. We care about these damn kids that we coach. But the truth of the matter is, we can have all the amazing talent in the world, but if we got to line up in Power I to win a regional championship or the Super Bowl in Christian Santos League, we are running the Power I because at the end of the day, we want to win. And yes, within the Power I, guess what? Kids going to learn how to block. Tight ends going to learn how to block. Quarterback's going to learn how to bootleg.
Quarterbacks going to learn how to run straight.
Learn how to run straight, stay within the hash. Head up the alley. Everything ain't to the outside sometimes. Sometimes you got to get 3 yards in a cloud of dust. These are the things that you're going to learn if you run a Power I system. And it's okay. But you're running that because you want to win. And so when I said that, I said it with that in mind. And JB, remember I said you were thinking about it wrong if he's still on. That's all I meant was everybody took it as, oh, Phil saying kids don't develop in youth football. That's not what I meant at all. I said football is not about youth football is not about development. It's about winning. If you're the right coach, if a parent get with the right coach at the right time with the right system, her son can develop faster, slower. But for the most part, kids playing football should develop, no matter who they playing for. It may be slow develop. It may take you a season, Tito, and you pick up one thing. You developed. Maybe not at the speed you would like, but you developed. And so definitely. The development depends on the coach, but all the coaches want to win. It's the only coach that says that stupid, I don't care about winning are losers.
Right. Well, see if you have a team that
say that.
We're also
figure out you can't win.
We're also in the age of you go out there and get your head kicked in a whole year. It's very unlikely that team is going to look the same the next year. I'm not saying there won't be a team. It ain't going to look the same. Like, it's not going to look the same.
That's sad, but it's true. It's sad, but it's true. You're not.
But I want to get it off. I don't want to get long-winded with that because I want to tackle number 4, the negative effects to your fall program when you exclude your core members from your spring travel team.
I don't really do spring, so I'll forfeit to you on this time.
Well, no, I mean the conversation is because we've overheard the conversations of recent discussions of, you know, the creation of the super team in the spring, and we've seen the blowback of when you put this specific group of kids together from this team, this specific group of kids together from this team, and you leave some of your core members out, it creates dissension amongst the ranks within your fall program. And I've seen it here in Connecticut, where your fall team gets destroyed over the idea of going to play in a tournament. Like, it absolutely gets destroyed. We've seen it happen. And I think when you do that, you run the risk of ruining your fall team. That's my opinion. When you exclude some of your core kids that have been with you. Like, if you had a kid that been with you for 5 years and maybe he's not the greatest kid in the world, you know, you want to do this tournament thing in the spring, you're like, all right, we're going to invite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we're going to leave 6 through 11 home. That's going to cause problems. And everybody's not going to take it the same way. Parents are going to feel some type of way. They're going to feel slighted. More than likely, they're going to move their kid to another team. Now you lose that kid.
I mean, yeah. I assume. Listen, I don't engage in the spring. So I out of all the things in youth football that I get blamed for, this won't be one of them. So it makes sense from the philosophy of what you're saying. I mean, parents get mad if you don't put your kid in at a crucial time. So I can imagine if you don't even add them to the team, what it's like.
Right. Or don't even invite them to the tryout. I mean, it even gets trickier. And this is why, I don't really do the tryout thing because it gets trickier. Okay, you do a tryout in the spring, right? You know this kid is coming back next year. Do you cut him or keep him?
Coming back during the spring?
Well, if he's coming, you know he's coming back in the fall. He comes out for the spring. Your spring team's a tryout team. He's probably not going to be one of the best 30. I know what I've done over those years. I always keep him. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep him because I'm always thinking about the fall, even in the spring. Like, the spring is for the fall, the way I look at it. Not everybody does it that way. But I've seen people cut those kids, and then you lose them, and they may not come back to play football. So it doesn't always work out the right way.
Yeah, would I cut him?
I'm not. I'm saying
I'm
not even trying to put you in that seat. I'm not even trying to put you in that seat. I'm just saying I've seen that happen.
The way I view spring won't come off well in this topic. I don't view spring as a real football season per se. So I don't see the purpose of cutting anybody. Like, it's spring football. I don't mean anything. And in my mind, because I don't do it, I ain't disrespecting the spring teams, but because I don't do it, it doesn't seem to relish the importance of it, right? Like, it's just not something that the Hartford, really any Hartford team does. Like, we don't engage in spring really in Hartford. You got some parents that do. Kudos to them. Hats off. But it's not really a thing. And look, maybe it'll become a thing. A lot of people ask me every year, yo, do spring. I particularly won't. Me personally, I'm not against other coaches wanting to do spring and supporting it if that's what they want to do. I just don't believe in spring football. But I can't imagine if you cut a kid that's been with you 3 years, that's coming back the 4th year, and you cut him, that his mom is going to come play for you in the fall, probably.
No, it's not. It's not. And this, we've seen spring teams or spring tournament. We've seen teams get destroyed in the spring. Like, we've seen it happen. I could point out examples of organizations being destroyed because of the lack of thought.
Organizations have gotten destroyed, and I've taken blame.
Hold on, JB. The All-Star game, the any CBS All-Star game has nothing to do with Pop Warner AYF. We are clear on what happens with if you register for the All-Star game. It's a one-game situation.
You got to cut people, and they could be on your fall team, and you could lose a kid. The difference, though, JB, is this.
We're very transparent about how this goes.
No. I think the difference is the All-Star.
It's separate. It's a separate thing. We're not attached
one game. It's one game in, though. Not usually, for the most part, the coaching staff is all well-rounded. And so you got coaches from Bridgeport and Hartford and Bloomfield and West Haven and Hamden and Windsor all together, right? You in the spring, you typically got your fall coaches together making those decisions. Just in my mind, I might be wrong, but typically staffs are together in the spring that rolls over to the fall. Am I right? Usually, not always.
No.
I know every group. I'm not talking about the whole staff.
How I did it in my last situation, and I know how I'm doing it in this situation. We're trying to build, like, we're not doing it that way. So I can't speak for how everybody else does it. That's not the way I do it. That's just not the way I do it.
So your use the spring. I know, not what you use it for. I'm talking about the staffing. Is your spring staff your
Yes, your staff rolls with your team.
So what I'm saying is the All-Star game is an All-Star staff.
Right, it's not. And you may wind up at an age group like I did last year that you've never coached in your life in the All-Star game. We've done that. We've put people we have a formula how we go about the All-Star game that kind of protects everybody from having to cut their own kids. Like we put some thought about how we nominate the head coaches and how those staffs come together so that situation doesn't become too great. Like, I don't know if anybody's had to cut their own kids. I mean, all you guys have been involved with the teams could talk about it more than me. I know I've never had to cut one of my kids in the All-Star game, but I also, when I was involved with the All-Star game, I had one of the better teams at that age group. It was tough to keep those kids off the team. They were the better kids in the state. You know what I mean?
While we're talking about the All-Star game, registration open. It is pre-registration is open. Here's the website. CT Youth All-Stars. Just go, click on register, and you can go and register right now.
Shameless plug.
New England Bowl Championship Series is loading. As you can see, more information to come. Location, themes, all of that stuff is coming. Uniforms are fire. See, when I say these are the best year of uniforms, I have been right so far, and these are the best year in uniforms.
Yo,
the Mutiny says our spring staffs are mostly a coach or a core group of players from the fall program. Right.
That's an interesting way of doing it.
You guys more at risk to lose a kid. That's what I was saying. All
That's
Star
an
is not
interesting
a
way. Right. That's an interesting way of doing it, Mutiny. That was Southern Connecticut Mutiny, right? Or that was a name to that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Southern
Yeah, no,
Louisiana.
that's an interesting way of doing it. Our spring staffs are mostly a coaching core group of players from each area for our program. Right. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know too much about you guys, but I know you're out in that Southern Connecticut area. So you're saying you would put, let's say, I'm going to just use a town. I don't even know if this town's involved, so nobody jump down my throat. If you got a group of staff and kids from Mountville, you'll give them one age group. If you got a group of staff from Waterford, you'll give them one age group. I believe that's what he's saying. I think that's what he's saying.
But yeah, I mean, but that could run into a problem too, because you cut one of those kids.
Right. Yeah. So
but I'm gonna tell you why they don't have a problem, Tito. Because you can't play for New London if you in Montville.
Right.
You have to play where you live.
Yeah.
So I don't give a damn what you think about my cut. See you in the fall.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what it is, bro.
You
All right,
okay.
Let me make a disclaimer about this super team, Tito.
Hold on, that's the last topic. I was about to say we was on a roll here. We only got 2 more topics. Let's stay in order. We've touched on all of them. The next one is a good one too. Everybody claiming former athletes' future successes, and we see this happen all the time. Everybody latching on to the kid that makes it that really had nothing to do. You know, they might have got him for 1 year at the end, but then all of a sudden you're taking all the kudos for them. We've seen it happen over times. We've seen it happen with the trainers doing it. I mean, we've seen it 1,000 times.
I'm gonna tell you what I find funny. When you become an adult, the first thing you learn is ain't nobody gonna take responsibility for my successes. You had to bust your, you know what? Right. You had to work hard. You had to do it. We always say, I want my flowers. But as soon as a kid get into a prep school or a college, you don't see the alumni post, yo, shout out to this kid, he made it. You go, oh, you see one of my kids did this. Which they're kind of taking some credit for that kid's path. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. It just come across as distasteful for me. You've never seen the Hurricanes say, yo, I give alumni shout outs. Yo, shout out to Tito Career for going to boom, 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 Hartford behind you. That's what I think every adult should do. I don't give a damn who you are. Tito, I seen people that shoot videos go, yo, one of my kids made this. And I'm
bro,
like,
I seen a dude take credit. I seen a dude take credit for a kid that's been in our community for a long time who's now in the NFL. This kid never played for this man in his life. Never played for this man in his life at no level. No level. And I see this guy posing with him with his shirt. Mind you, nowhere along this kid's journey was this guy involved. And we know this for a fact. But yet, he's out there with the cameras doing like, what was that movie? One of them Tyler Perry movies where the kid made the NBA and his father shows up all of a sudden. That's what this shit reminded me of. The father was never in his life. Then he shows up holding his jersey, making him wear whatever his jersey he's representing now. Like if this kid played in this gentleman's program, this dude never had nothing to do with this kid, but yet this guy's using it for marketing for his own personal thing. That's the problem with our space. And that's my problem with everybody claiming on these kids that ain't yours. Because I'm going to be damned. If my kid makes something of himself, the only person take credit for that shit is going to be me. You get what I'm saying? I'll be damned if one of y'all, I see a post with my kid, you posted my kid, you're going to get a knock on your door, bro. Like you're going to get a knock on your door because these aren't your kids. And unless you have a relationship with them people's parents, you should, unless it's your own kid, you should never.
I just think that
never.
Now look,
you should never be talking about another man's child.
About people taking credit. Look, I understand marketing and promotion. I market the hell out the Hurricanes, and I use every tool possible, but I only use facts.
I agree with you, Troll.
Nobody will ever say that I don't use facts. My point is, do I ultimately care? No. Do I understand it? Yes. I'm not stupid. I'm in business. I understand the market employees behind it, right? If you market it properly, people will believe it. It's the Donald Trump way. If you say it enough times, Tito.
Yeah, it's not a lie. It's not a lie.
If you say it enough times, you believe it, they believe it, money comes in. That's marketing. I'm not knocking anyone. I'm not telling you to stop. I'm just saying it's somewhat distasteful, and my phone always blows up.
It's always, and it's not just coaches. It's not just coaches. The training space is out of control. There's just so many parts of our space. And y'all gonna be mad at me, and I don't give a fuck. Because the truth is the truth.
We're not cursing at 22.
I'm sorry, my bad. You're right. It's 22. I said, damn. I said I was gonna get better, bro.
Well, that's two in the show, but then we're doing two.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Two's not bad. That's better. That's better. That's better. But our space is oversaturated with that time and stuff. We're lacking, people. I hate to even bring it up because I mean, I see people taking credit for kids that don't have the credentials to take credit for these kids. They don't have the credentials. Like they just don't. Like these is somebody's children. You should not be speaking on another man's children. We have children. Maybe I'll take it a little more serious, because I'm involved with my children at that level. Like, but I'll be damned if somebody takes credit for my child. Like I will. Not when I know I'm there every step of the way. I'm the one making all the sacrifices.
It's marketing like LeBron and the Kia commercials, and we know he ain't driving one. Hey, listen, I admit it. It's marketing.
LeBron's a grown-ass man. That's a Gil. I never disagree with what you're saying. LeBron's a grown-ass man. If other men want to, I'm talking about our children, bro. 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. When I know people haven't been involved with them, but maybe they trained him a week when he was 18, but all of a sudden he was a part of your training shit since he was a kid. It's just not true, dog. It's not true. This is a small state. We know who the movers and shakers are. You know what I'm saying? It's a small state. It's just not true. Somebody marketing LeBron. LeBron's 23. How many years he been a pro now? 23, 24 years. There's a lot of people that latched on to LeBron. I mean, LeBron has been a hot commodity for 30 years. I'm sure in high school there was a bunch of dudes around him taking credit.
But I want to say this, Tito. I'm also conscious enough to know some of you brothers out there have put in a phone call for a kid. Have gotten a kid into a school, have privately helped the parent get the application or put in touch with the coach who was looking for her, and you were the piece that cultivated that move. I've been a part of that. You've been a part of that. We all. I just think it's distasteful to go out there and make it seem like solely you. You know what it takes for these kids to go through this process?
Well, I will take
for the family. Because I tell you what, my kids
you have
ain't
placed
taking that bill because ain't nobody getting free rides to these prep schools.
You have placed a lot of kids. As you know, I have personally placed a lot of kids. Have you ever heard me once or ever seen me once blast out any of these kids' accomplishments? You know why? Because here's my take on it. I might have been a little tool, a piece along the way. I don't.
Even if you're big, you don't know how big you are.
I'm not looking for credit like that. Like I would never even tell you some of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like you would never hear from me. That's why it irks the shit out of me when I see these dudes that don't got the body of work, that just came to this space and all of a sudden they want to be acting like they God's gifts of shit. When the real truth of the matter is, all you cats, the truth is, y'all see money bags and you chasing the bag. That's a fact. Because none of y'all cats got the credentials to be doing what you're doing. And I'll put my life on that shit. And parents shouldn't be giving y'all the money at all because you're stealing their money and the product ain't right. It's just not right. It's not right. It's not the righteous thing to do. But we ain't going to be able to stop it. All that we're doing is shedding light to it. You know what I'm saying?
So listen, youth football is $1 billion business, bro.
Well, it's $25 billion to be exact. You know, we talk about those numbers all the time.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't, it may seem disingenuous, but you know what? If the parents is paying, listen. So let me ask you something, Tito. Since we there, should we ask?
You should absolutely ask for credentials.
Would you ask? Like, talk to me. Let's.
Well, usually trainers, like real trainers have to have. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the couple I do know, like the real ones, you have to have endorsements. There's classes you have to take, and there's paperwork that's given you that quantifies you being a legitimate personal trainer. Because what we're talking about is football-specific training. It's still personal training. There is a body of work. There is some academics you have to take to be a personal trainer. Now, because of social media and because of the way the industry is now, you can put up a Facebook page, an Instagram page, say you're a trainer, and you're going to get 20 people to believe you that don't know shit about the space, but they're buying that bullshit, and they're gonna pay you the money to do it. I mean, I told you the story about in the Y where I seen somebody's son we know that didn't even play high school basketball or college basketball, training a kid, and the father's checking him like, so where did you play again? What did you do? And I'm hearing this guy telling him I never played nothing, but I want $50 an hour. I'm like, dude, I would have took my daughter and walked up right out of there. I'd have took my daughter like, yo, man, I watch some YouTube videos. I'll do this shit myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll do this shit myself.
If they aren't tracking data and can't show it, then that's a red flag. I agree with that, Lance.
Yeah. Well, you're going through it. You pay a trainer. You're going through it.
Now. And there's an app. I get to see if the training is working. Is she jumping higher? Not, I'm measuring when you jump. I mean, with digital
analytics
data,
real data.
Analytical data stuck to her to show me on the app, okay, she's gained 2 inches on her jump this year. I'm gonna tell you right now, Tito, my daughter started back last week because track season coming up. She's gained 2 inches in her jump, beat her old record from years ago, just within this week from getting back in the groove.
And
which means
with that specific gentleman, he has her data tracked from the moment she walked through that door.
Walk through the door. Yeah.
Now that's a product. That's a product. That's a product. That's
it costs money. Don't get me wrong.
No, and it's not free. And I'm not saying no. But that's a genuine product. You could see the results. I'm sure when she came back, her numbers weren't right neither. You get what I'm saying?
No, it was off.
He had that data. He saw when you left off. He saw when she left. Whenever she left prior to the other season, she comes back now this off season. I'm sure her numbers weren't what they were then.
What if I played that position, Tito, in high school, maybe college, maybe not? But what if I played that position?
Played what position?
The position I'm coaching. I'm training at. You're saying that they need
your body of work, but then that goes under body of work. I mean, you got a basis to go on.
If I played that position, you may be okay with me training your child.
I mean, I'm a little different because I'm deep into that world. You know what I'm saying? Like the human performance world, obviously with what we do, we track all of it. I mean, again, there's some great trainers in Connecticut. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll throw some shameless plugs out there. Like there's some dudes that I would absolutely recommend for you to take your child to. But there's a lot more that I'll tell you, they're stealing your money. You know what I'm saying? They're stealing your money. Like, bottom line, they're stealing your money. But we're not gonna get into that because there's 1,000 dudes that I'll tell you that it's just.
All right, one more topic out of the two. We'll save one.
This is the last one. Is the super team one. Now you could unload. Go ahead. The super teams in New England.
I don't have to unload. Let me tell everybody.
Mind you, we don't got no super teams in New England. It gets proven every year down south. We don't
have a super team in New England for football. I saw some of the comments. I saw the back and forths. I even think I saw a shot at the Hartford Hurricanes, which is cool. It ain't cool, but I'm not responding to it. There is no super team in New England. There has not been a super team in New England. I don't think y'all understand what a super team is if y'all think anybody had a super team. A super team, Tito, is not New Britain winning at 8U, 9U, 10U, 11U, and 12U. A super team was not West Row winning 8 through 13. You can say, hey, that was a super team. That was not a super team.
Listen, New England nice. Being New England nice ain't being national nice. I know you cats don't want to hear this.
We have not even put together a super team. Understand what a super team is. A super team, Tito, is that I'm Phil's at 10U.
I got 11 offensive starters. I got 11 defensive starters, right, and I lose nothing.
And I get number 21 from New Haven. I get the kid from New London or 2 kids from New London. I go get the 3 kids from New Britain. I take the 4 kids from Hartford. I pick up a kid or 2 from Windsor. Like, that's a super team.
Troll for truth.
Like,
Troll for truth. I was going to mention Frank. He was going to be one of the guys I was going to mention, and there was another gentleman, but I don't want to. If I'm not going to mention all of them, I can't mention any of them, but he was going to be one of the plugs that I was going to plug, that gentleman right there. But go ahead. I don't want you to lose your thought.
I don't think we understand what super teams is. We oftentimes equate super teams with winning a lot. That's not a super team. They're a super team, but that's not a super team, right? Just because you win do not make you a super team. Sometimes, yeah, I've got kids that are athletically better than your kids, and I'm out coaching your ass, so you get in the double whammy of a 30-piece on your head. Like, sometimes that's all that's taking place, and everybody sit around and go, yo, Phil got a super team. Or so-and-so got a super team. No, he may have better players than you, but he's out coaching you on top of having the better players, which means you're getting a 40-piece. Because even with the teams we got, we shouldn't see 40-point wins, brother. We still shouldn't see 30, 40-point wins. Now we should if every now and then it falls like that. But with 40-point wins and 50-point margins, Tito, in youth football, bro, Tito, even if you got a 50-point team better than me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm coming up to the line, and I'm waiting till the ref put his hands up. Then my quarterback going to look at me. I'm going to go. I'm going to slow the game down. You going to beat me 14-0. Yes, you're 40 points better than me, but the scoreboard ain't got to say it. That's you're gotten out-coached. If you know, most of these people who don't show up for these games, Tito, they already know they're outmanned. That's why they don't want to show up for the game. If you already know that, then show up with a strategy to minimize your losses.
I mean, I had to
hurry up on offense. They're out there spreading, they're clapping, and they're throwing. What the hell are you doing, son? Run the ball. It's 10 minutes. I can take 4 minutes on offense.
Sometimes it's just about you keeping it reasonable. Again, I'm not always expecting kids to win every game, but what I do expect is effort and the willingness to compete. We ain't got to win, but you better compete. You get what I'm saying?
You gotta stop the thought that we got super teams when we don't have any super teams. Dog.
We don't.
There's no super teams. Listen, super teams, if they were built in New England, would completely tilt the scale and leagues would dissolve.
Yeah, if we had a super team in New England, this is what I'm going to tell you. We're going to bring this up. You create the super team in New England. Everybody talks about, oh, we need to put these 2 cities together. That's who you going to play, cuz? Somebody tell me. I want the comments. I want all the brainiacs in the crowd to tell me. You put together this super team, this so-called super team. Who you going to play? Don't say you're going to New York, New Jersey, Virginia, because none of you cats got those contacts to create those games. There's only 2 people. There's only 2 people in this whole New England region that can put together that schedule. There's only 2 people in this whole New England region that can put that together. Right. They don't got the finances to do it. There's only 2 people, and I'm not going to mention them, but there's only 2 people that can make those phone calls and get those games. And none of y'all is it. And none of y'all is it.
And well, I'm going to let you keep going. Go ahead.
No, but I'm just saying. So we put together this super team. Number one, who's funding this super team?
Well, first of all, you're not getting the best kid from the Hartford Hurricanes to help you. No more than you're going to give me.
Let's go through the steps. Let's unpack the steps. First of all, you got to bankroll it. Okay? You're going to take start off with you got to bankroll it. You got to get the parents to agree for these 3 and 4 day weekends all the time, meaning they're going to be missing school Friday and Monday more than likely. You get what I'm saying? For an 8-game season, let's say. You're going to miss a lot of school. How are we getting through that? Number one, how are you going to get the games? Because these cats ain't picking up the phone for you if they don't know you. How are you going to get the games? Okay? And let's say you may get through those first 3 steps. How are you guaranteeing that schedule with no league to bind the fact that you got to show up? It's not happening. It's unrealistic. It's not happening. And you cats ain't got the reach nor the clout to do it. You don't. Consistently. You may be able to do a couple times.
Together. We need one team to show the rest of America how to do it. Y'all want to put all. So let me get this right. In order to compete with a county team in Miami, you want to put the whole state of Connecticut together. I got an idea for y'all. let's take the CT Youth All-Star game. Let's take the CT.
Who would you play? Okay, who would you play? Submit one of those teams.
One year I brought in Brick City to play the 10U team, right? I mean, think about it. That was an all-star. It wasn't true, but it was 8-6-0. We played Brick City. Brick City beat them 30-6. Right? We could make a couple fun. Like, what do y'all want to do? Y'all want to like what do y'all want? Y'all want to take the CT Youth all-star teams, and after we play the all-star game, y'all want to schedule a big boy game and maybe Fairfield area, and we bring in a big dog? We'll take care of them financially, get them up here. And y'all want to play them? Like, do y'all want to test this theory? I'm going to be inclined, Tito, to put up the paper to test their theory. Like, I might be inclined. I'm thinking about it because maybe, just maybe.
But you could do it for one game.
Maybe me and you too old, Tito. No, maybe me and no, Tito, we're old. We are the old guys. That's not going to happen. We keep speaking against it. That's what we're the old guard.
I don't care what these guys think.
So follow me. Maybe, Tito, we're going to take the Youth All-Star game. Maybe before the game or after, week after, whatever it is. And we're going to bring
I want to start 7-14. It's not happening.
Maybe we'll bring up that. I think parents will do this. Maybe we'll bring a national powerhouse. We'll let the people tell us. And we'll bring the national powerhouse team and we'll let them play the CT Youth All-Star team. We'll throw them a couple racks. Come up. We'll throw you a couple racks, put you up in a couple hotels, feed you. Come play this game. Bring your dogs. I guarantee you the NEBCS 13U will whoop yo, you know what. Play the game. They'll probably come up. But let me see, Tito. I'm thinking about this. I think I might do one game. I think I might do the 13U game. I think I might. Tito, the week before the All-Star, I got a plan. No.
Go ahead, do it. Test it. I'll go watch. I'm going to watch.
Maybe you're wrong. I'll do that. Maybe we're wrong.
We won't even get through the part of who's coaching it because you'll see cats start coming for each other. Cats start coming for each other.
Same team, same staff. Look. See, same team, same staff. I'm gonna get it. Well, I know what I'm gonna do. It may not be 13U. I'm gonna try to put this together. The week before the All-Star game, I'm gonna try to get a national powerhouse to come up and play us. I'm gonna take care of the situation.
Oh shit!
I'm thinking about this, bro.
We don't even got time. We don't even got time to do the shit we doing now. What are you gonna do?
Bro, until we test the. Listen, you know, I'm going to be a doctor now, so we're going to test.
That's what I'm saying. He's capping folks. He don't even got time for this. He wants to do a combine the night before the All-Star game too. He don't even got time for that. Like, listen, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Listen, we got to test the hypothesis, Tito.
Okay, you can test.
Maybe we bring in the national out at a level or two, and they play our All-Star team. Let's just see what we do against them. Let's see. This is what they're saying. What would it look like if we all come together? Who's going to answer that question but us? Who's going to answer that question but us, Tito? So we're going to answer the question. We're going to answer the question, Tito, of what would it look like if we all came together. That's a bad look. A team from one city beat an all-star team made up of players from the entire state. What we're saying is it
will put this conversation to bed because I know how it's going to wind up.
I'm not saying we'll lose. I'm saying I want to test the theory. I want to test the hypothesis. I'm going to test it. I'm going to test it. Let's see if it works. You know what? I got a new task. I love new tasks. I love new youth football tasks. Throw the truth, whoever you are, brother. Make sure you pop out. But don't, we all got to be pro CT because this shit ain't going to look good if we lose, if this get put together.
Listen, but I know what organization's crazy enough to come up. And I'm sure they'll come up. We just got to make the call. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they'll come up.
I got to think about it.
They're out of Miami. They're out of Miami. And I'm telling you, we could be all pro CT you want.
He said he's coming. He said
Good luck. Good. I don't care who you put together.
I might, Yes,
We
I know.
don't
You know what?
have. I'm not saying we don't have special
I
athletes.
know who I'm
I'm not saying we don't have special athletes, but we don't. It won't. Oh, here we go.
Hey, Lance, if it worked, Lance, guess what? I'm wrong, and the super team idea would work, but it's never going to happen. And I'm not saying it's never going to happen because I don't want it to happen. It
Listen,
goes back to.
Let me finish. You know, I don't want to bet because there's people looking for us
how
to bet.
could you fund that? Even if I fund this situation, Lance, you're talking about somebody that has to fund it weekly, right? Like, so that's a little different. That's all I'm saying. But I just sit back, folks. Let's do some dope stuff this year. Let's just get doper. Let's just be what you know.
Just to be clear, Mr. Above 140 is taking on this challenge himself.
I didn't say I'm taking on the challenge. I'm saying I like to test hypothesis. So I may test the Connecticut hypothesis. I may test it at a level. I may test the Connecticut hypothesis.
Whoever thinks I'm wrong,
all the coaches will have the energy. I might test the hypothesis.
Whoever thinks I'm wrong, message me, and we could come up with a gentleman's agreement because I already know how this is going to end up.
Let's test the hypothesis.
We ain't got the bro. We ain't got the. We just had this conversation when we got back from North Carolina.
Maybe I'll call a fast break.
There's a couple factors. There's a couple factors that.
All right, give me the factors. Why?
There's a couple factors in Connecticut. I mean, in Connecticut, we're talking about Connecticut, correct? Again, we don't have. I don't care what age group. Let's talk about the fast break since you bring them up.
Be good.
Right, bro. Since you brought up fast break, they got 2 players on that team for sure that we don't got in all of New England. Okay, there's 2 players on the fast break that we ain't got in all of New England. I don't care how you
we offset it on the other stuff.
What happened?
Can we offset it by having better players at the other stuff?
Did it look like it? Did you see them grab shit out the sky? Did you see the size of these dudes? We don't have these kids, bro. Where are they? And if we do, where are they? Who got
maybe? Look.
Who got
Santos said he got a 6'2", 13-year-old at tight end.
Does he run like the wind? Does he run like the wind? That's what I'm saying. Like
we will never. We don't have the talent. Too many egos involved.
That's very true. We won't get past the coaching part. We won't get past the coaching part. We won't get past the coaching part.
Listen, we're using this is why it has to be done this way. See, I'm forecasting. Tito,
you're forward thinking.
No, I'm forecasting. I'm forecasting something that the only way it'll initially work is to use the all-star game. You know why? We already got a coaching staff in place. We already got kids in place. And the kids are all-star kids. The coaching staff is usually an all-star coaching staff. So since that structure is in place, all they need is a scheduled game on the Saturday before. Let me work, bro. I got an idea.
Right,
I got an idea.
You know, when he gets an idea, he delivers on it. Good luck.
See, I got an idea. Don't nobody back down. Y'all killing my recruiting right now.
Y'all got to stop because the truth is the truth. We got to start telling the truth. Nobody want to. Y'all don't like dealing with the truth. Y'all don't like dealing with the truth.
Bro.
You don't like dealing with the truth. I don't care who you bring. You ain't got number 10 and number 7 from the fast break. We don't got him in New England.
So he know, put like this. If anybody understand what it's going to take to get by them more than anybody in New England, it has to be Rodney Myers because he saw it.
Rodney, answer this.
You realize
let's assume you had all of New England to pick from. Tell me the two people.
Bro, the kid in Waterbury is their size. He don't run like them, but he's bigger than them.
Which one is that? I don't even know.
The kid in Waterbury, bro. West kid is bigger than them.
Oh, that kid. Yeah. Oh, well, he's genetic. I showed you his pops too.
I know.
Yeah, I showed you his pops too.
We have one this size.
It's not. I showed you.
You don't run like them.
Yeah, but I showed you his pops too. Like
yeah. Oh, he was massive.
Yeah.
So
okay.
We got one. We got to. You know, if he right at DN, that might stop one. But on the other side, we got to make. You know,
I'm gonna tell you this. Even if you had the whole New England to pick from, we ain't got 2 of those kids.
listen, they're talented young men. I saw them up front.
Okay.
Can
Let's take it a step further. How many Blazers we got in New England? How many kids like we saw from Naples last year? The kid from Naples.
I tell you this. When you talk about Blaze speed, very unique. Very unique. I'll tell you this though. Jerry's son is probably, if he had been at Nationals, he probably would have been, from what I saw, either the top or one.
Again, I'll say it again. The whole New England ain't got two of those players. You niggas is delusional. Delusional. The whole New England ain't got two of those players. The whole New England.
Hey, Larry, he's talking about the 11U fast break kids. They had two kids that was about 5'9" and they looked like they ran track. He's talking about those kids, not Blaze. Or he's talking about the kids from the fast break. It was two kids. Right? You're not talking about Blaze. Put Mike Stratford at quarterback.
How many Blazes?
Listen, I think Michael Stratford was the best quarterback down at Nationals, personally.
Well, the kid from Oceanside was very good. The Gilbert quarterback was very good.
I'm just talking about all around passing, running. I mean, the kid scored.
He had a week. He had a week. He did some special things.
He rolled right and threw back like 50 yards.
He did some special things. The kid is special.
Yeah, no, but we're not saying. Look, it may not be a Michael Stratford nowhere else either, but there is no two kids like the kids from the fast break at 11 years old that I've seen in New England. That's just true. Now we got some talented kids, but what we're saying is they had
Saddleback may have had the best quarterback that I saw in that tournament. I'll tell you, the quarterback from Saddleback, the kid number 12. He played on the Friday night on Division II, Saddleback. I ain't see a kid like that. I mean, Saddleback, the one we did the interview in their hotel.
Oh, yes. We interviewed him in the hotel. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch his game. So you might be right. But I think we should test the theory. It's a hypothesis. I'm not saying we're going to test it. I think we should test it. I don't know what y'all think about out there in New England. I think it'll be pretty dope to test that theory. I think people will come out and watch to see, is it true? Is it true that if we put the best of the best against a national powerhouse that got county teams or whatever you call it, would we compete? Would we win? Or would we also get blown off the map? And if we do get blown off the map, what's the conversation after that? We talked already about what's the conversation.
You put it together, you got it. You got it because I'm watching this one. I'm sitting out on this one. You put it together, and then you got to have the after conversation. You got to have it. And then you guys call and tell me I was crazy, this, and that. Okay, I'm just telling y'all the truth. But go ahead, do it. Do it. No, I got you. I got your back, brother. Like always, I got your back. Do it. I'll be right there. I'll help you push it along. A lot of
boys in the weight room already at 11.
Well, whatever the case is, I stand on what I said. I stand on what I said. Belmont is New York. We said New England. So we're already stretching the lines. Belmont's New York.
And Stratford, New Britain, and New Haven do not have the talent to even win down that Pop Warner National. I don't even know why that wouldn't even win Pop Warner National. JB, you played.
I'm glad you said that because I'm not,
Come on. Again, I'm not being disrespectful.
I said what I said. I said what I said. Good luck.
If you merge those 12U, if you merge those 12U teams right down, you put them in D1.
You won't even get all those kids to stay because when one person's getting the ball more than the other, you'll see how that shit'll break apart fast.
Yeah, listen, if we do it, when they talk county, we're a small state. When they talk county, it would take a lot more than just Stratford, New Britain, and New Haven is my point. You're going to have to throw in Hartford. You're going to have to throw in Bloomfield. You're going to have to throw in and Manchester. You're going to have to throw in these towns.
How about throwing in some of the suburban towns? How about throwing in some of the suburban towns to get the healthier, bigger kids?
Some of those other towns. You're going to need Plainville. You're going to need some of these other towns. Because the Diamonds, it seemed like, and this is a weird thing, it seemed like that all of their diamonds in the rough and other places have no problem getting together and shining bright like a diamond. But our diamonds in the rough wants to shine, but they can't shine together.
Right, they can't shine more than me.
And
you can't
so
shine more
I
than
think
me.
our philosophy might be the issue more than talent. That's why I want to test the hypothesis. I could be completely wrong as well. I think most of what's wrong in New England is not talent, in my opinion. It's the way we approach things mentally. And we got 5 minutes, so let me explain what I mean. Tito, I hate to say this, and I said this to you privately. I said this to a couple people. I only saw the teams in New England breaking down, arguing, slamming equipment.
Oh, we were the worst behaved. I'm going to say it because I was there. We were the worst behaved region there. When shit went bad for us, it went real bad. You get what I'm saying? It went real bad. We saw kids quitting, throwing their uniform. We saw no other region do it. No other region have that type of behavior issue. But we had multiple teams.
I'm talking about us. We had another region have words with other teams. That's normal.
Right, but it wasn't kids throwing helmets. We saw kids take their equipment off 2 years in a row from New England. Take their equipment off and not play the rest of the game, not go back in. Multiple situations.
Yeah.
Last year and this year. What are we talking? No other region behaves that way. New England is by far the worst football region in all these national tournaments. You guys don't want to hear that shit, but it's the truth.
Listen, Rodney Myers was down there. Y'all see he's saying it was true.
Bro, I don't never say nothing that I don't know this to be a fact.
Listen, we lack, and I don't know I'm gonna include myself. I was down there with a team, so I want y'all help. Rodney, Tito, Christian, Santos, everybody that's in the community, help me. We lack mental toughness in New England. From a regional perspective, the region, we lack mental toughness. I don't know if it's because our path down to nationals is a little easier, but we lack mental toughness. You're not testing no theory at all.
JB, you're delusional, dog. And JB, I don't usually argue with you, but you're off your rocker, and you're way too gassed up on that situation, dog. Like way too gassed up. Yeah, you'll get your head kicked in by the Miami Ravens. I'll put my life on that. What's they called? The dudes? What's their nickname? The Ravens. The dudes that just won battle. They got a nickname. They used to be called the Miami Garden Ravens. Miami Garden Ravens. They got a nickname now. The dude that was crying and shit. That organization. They're gonna put a 40. They're gonna put a 40 rock on you, cuz.
Listen, Rodney. I agree. So one thing, Rodney, I want to tell you. So my kids started training this week, right? And the trainer was like, yo, talk to me about a couple of your kids. And the first thing I said to him was, bro, I want you to work on their speed, yes. But, bro, I need the mental toughness, dog. Like, whatever you can do mentally, I need them broke and recreated. Like, I need whatever they had mentally before has to be completely reconditioned mentally. Because what happens is we mentally fall apart. We think we're supposed to sucker punch people in the face, and they're not supposed to sucker punch us back. And if they do, our lip is not supposed to bleed. That's not how the game go, dog. That's not how the game go. It's okay for you to get stiff armed in your face.
Whoever troll for truth is, I can rock with this dude. He been keeping it 100 all day.
YFN 11?
Well, no, but he said that he's saying that JB and them would lose by 70. That's what I'm saying. Like they would.
Bro. Listen, I don't want to not.
And by the way, that's who I suggest you call. That's who I suggest you call.
4 teams in the spring teams aren't the same.
There's
a lot of kids in the South that do not play spring. They go off and play track. But in the fall, you get the real thing that they got.
I'm pretty sure we could get Miami
all
Gardens
of those
up
things stay together.
I'm pretty sure we could get Miami Gardens up here if everybody wants to put this theory to a test.
Listen, Listen, Tito, I might bring the Fort Myer Firecats.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
I
tell you
guarantee.
why.
I don't care what team you put together. You're gonna have problems with them. You're gonna have problems with them. You're gonna have problems with them.
If at 12U stay together and they're at 13U, I'm gonna bring the Fort Myer Firecats up. That's 100% fact. I actually already spoke to their president about this. If y'all want me to be real, I already spoke to their president about it. I'm gonna bring the Fort Myer Firecats up. One team. If they're 12U still together, let's bring them up. You know they got the kid that's all over YouTube, but he's about a little smaller than Blaze. Right?
They had Ennio Flight beat, and they wound up losing to Ennio Flight. And I'm telling you, they gave Ennio Flight, who lost to the Gilbert Broncos, by the way. But anyways, I don't think we got too many teams that could have beat Ennio Flight. Did you? Again, we don't got kids that look like that. We don't got kids that look like that, dog. We are Ohio. Maybe because it's a bigger state. Maybe it's because of bigger state. I don't know. But we don't got kids that look like that.
Yo, that's LeBron James' team, bro. He probably came from.
I've been doing this 25 years, bro. I've seen some of these.
They lost, but I ain't never seen no 12U.
Bro, tell me where in all of New England.
I've never. They were bigger than every 13U team, I think, in New England. Am I lying? Think back. Is there a team that was bigger than them?
Bro, they had a kid that was 6'4", 300 pounds, and he wasn't fat. Like, he wasn't fat.
Listen. Answer the question. At 13U in New England, I ain't saying whether they would beat us or not. That's hard. But size-wise, yes, hey Rodney, I if they stay together because they having some woes, Rodney. But yes, yo, Tito, real talk. Ennio Flight 12U team. Was there a 13U team in New England bigger than them? I didn't see all the AYF teams.
No, they were a 12U team, first of all. They were 12.
I know. I said, but listen what I said.
Right. And they were similar looking to Rari's 13. They were comparable to Rari's 13, and which was a big 13U. You wouldn't have been able to tell the difference from the 12 to 13 with the Ennio Flight team. You wouldn't have been
they're running back
able to tell the difference.
As the they were big. They were big. Yeah, the Firecats. I'm talking about the Firecats 12U. Oh, you want to bring the 11U and the 12U? I got it. Yeah, I'm talking about the 12 going to 13. I see what you're trying to do, bro.
Well, again, you guys, I get you guys fantasize about all this stuff, but I'm gonna let Phil take the lead on this one because I already know how this is. I know how this story ends.
I know how the story ends too. It's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140, and I am here with my co-host.
It's your boy, Coach Correa, the General. Bell City Broncos, 860 Army. See y'all next week, man.
No long-winded stories. See you when I see you. Be easy. We got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Correa, the General. 860 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm.
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8U down to Nationals.
I'm around.
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
We locked the
I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.